I'm with Indie Star and WSX Star and XPW. Chaos, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Chaos, wow, we're big fans, and thanks for joining us again. And first off, I gotta ask you, professional wrestling, how'd you get started, and why'd you get started?
Well, first I just want to say thanks for having me here, and I appreciate it. But to answer your question, how did I get started wrestling? It's kind of a story of my uncle Supreme from XPW. I just actually wanted to hang out with him. I was actually 14 years old at the time, and whatever he was doing, whether it was flag football or playing basketball, that's what I wanted to do.
Oh,
And it just so happened we went to this wrestling show Aftershock '94 actually, and some guy was on the card named Sabu. I'd never heard of him before in my life. They were telling me he does moonsaults through tables. And at that show, Michael Supreme actually met some people that asked him to train, and one thing led to another. I just wanted to hang out with him, so that's what I had to do. I actually had to learn to wrestle, and here I am now.
wow, that's pretty cool. And what was the first federation or wrestling organization that you joined?
That would actually have to be a small little company out in Colton, California, Golden State Wrestling Alliance, I believe it is.
Ah, do you remember your first match or?
Yeah, that was actually it was actually versus Supreme.
Oh,
I actually came out the loser. I was a young kid at the time. Actually, at that time, I was 15 years old.
oh wow.
I mean, honestly, neither of us knew what we were doing, but we had a blast, and we just kind of kept into it, and just was actually wrestling or training just to actually learn to wrestle. We never had intentions to do any shows or appear in XPW or even on MTV or anything like that. It was just, I just want to have fun and, try to learn this thing.
Ah, that sounds pretty cool. And
Yeah.
I want to ask you, how'd you get into XPW?
Once again, me and my uncle we heard about this porno guy
Yeah.
named Rob Black that was gonna do wrestling, and as far as anyone really knew, it was gonna be porno wrestling, and it sounded kind of weird. And
Huh.
there was an open tryout that they held in it's in Northwoods, California, I believe, and Rob Black saw what we could do, and he promised us all these things, and to tell you the truth, I heard it before. Everyone says we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, but to be honest, Rob Black was the first guy to say that and actually turn around and do it. Everything he said, it pretty much came true. So it pretty much worked to my benefit. I appreciated it.
Mhm.
Never would do it. Would change it for anything. I love my time in XPW.
Oh, awesome. And you were the longest reigning TV champion in XPW, correct?
Yeah, 18 months.
Wow.
I won it on August 25th, 2001,
Who'd
and
you
I
beat
held
with?
it, I believe, until February 3rd of 2003.
And you beat Conan for the TV title, correct?
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, I did. It was a tournament match. I faced GQ Money in the first, and then in the second round, I faced my longtime good friend, may he rest in peace, Dynamite D.
Mhm.
And I think we tore the roof off the house that night. And then in the finals, it was versus Conan, which he showed me a thing or two, and schooled me pretty much, but it was all well worth it.
Oh, I see. Speaking of Conan, do you have any updates on him? How is he? If it's his surgery was a success, or do you know?
I haven't talked to him since actually last summer.
Oh, okay.
As far as I knew, he was just hurt, and then within the last year and a half, I mean, all that, everything's happening. I heard it just got worse. So I've been pretty much out of contact with him. I haven't talked to him much regarding that.
Oh, okay. We're just trying to think about him. We hope the best for him, and
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
I mean, he's taught me so much, taught a lot of the guys so much, and yeah, I mean, everyone, all our prayers are there for him and his family.
of course, of course. But now back to WSX for a few more minutes here. Back to XPW. Wow, XPW, you're the TV champion. Who'd you lose the TV title to? You lost it to Sean Waltman, right?
Yeah, actually, X-Pac Sean Waltman.
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually, I was supposed to have a rematch in Pittsburgh, and, one thing led to another. I don't know if we actually had a little heat Heat at the time, and yeah, he didn't show up for the rematch. But yeah, I was pretty sure I would have retained my title, but he never gave me the chance.
I see. Okay, XPW, you lose the title to Sean Waltman. XPW pretty much about a year later goes out of business, or by the government. Do you know what really happened, or there's some internet rumors of why XPW went out of business? Was it with the government, or what happened? Do you know?
You know, as far as I know, it was with the government. I think Rob Black, might have opened his mouth a little bit too much, and we should have just kept quiet, or
Hmm.
I don't know about keep quiet, but just not just try to make so much controversy and piss a lot of people off. And I think that's what he did. So they went hunting and looking for some that what he's doing wrong, and I think that's kind of bit him in the ass. That's
Yeah.
what kind of actually brought him to the show, to be honest.
And okay, a few more XPW questions. All right, XPW. We have an XPW tape here with you're on it, and it's you remember Baptized in Blood 3, Night of Champions.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I believe it's the ladder match,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, and also is the 40-foot scaffold exploding ring match. Can you tell us about that, or?
Yeah, that match. I think it was John. Actually, Angel Face Chavez was in that match. That's what he goes now. It was Angel
Mhm.
from XPW, or Games, as we call him, versus Supreme, and that was the exploding scaffold, 40-foot scaffold ring death match. And yeah, it was pretty spectacular. Just the scaffold itself. My opinion, I think that's pretty big scaffold. You don't have to go to that extreme. No
Yeah.
pun intended. But that's what XPW was, and just thank God. I guess that he came out okay.
Yeah. I mean, what was it like though, seeing that and you're like, what the heck? That may be one of the most unusual matches in wrestling history.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, those scaffold matches were, to be honest, a little bit ridiculously high.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
So, all right, we want to ask you a few more questions about XPW. XPW, did you face Chris Hamrick, right?
Yeah, I've actually faced Chris Hamrick. XPW had quite a few great matches with him in XPW.
We actually interviewed Chris Hamrick last week, and we talked about Chris Hamrick, and this is going to go into WSX now. We asked Chris Hamrick, what was WSX like? Chris said that they asked him to show up a day early. Did they ask you to show up a day early?
Yeah, actually they did. Yeah, and that was actually just for the pilot episode. It was an actual experience that was. I mean, I've been wrestling since 1994, and it was something that I've never done before. Just the way they had the matches set up, the way we had to be. I mean, we were on set from 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. every day.
Wow.
And that would be a short day, because you usually went longer, after that, and that was for about 10 days straight. So yeah, it was quite different than an actual live wrestling show.
Yeah, and we actually interviewed Fabian Kalen a few weeks ago, and he was saying how the crowd at the WSX bunker was people there, like a studio audience. Is that true? Right?
Yeah. There was a handful of fans. They try to get fans there, but the majority of them were studio audience. I mean, the shows that happened, I think there were like 2 shows a day. I think it was 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Were the slots that they had, and this was like on a Tuesday or Thursday. So I think we only had one show on a Saturday.
Oh,
but yeah,
okay.
for the most part, it was studio audience.
And did you ever see the Bling Ladder?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did.
Oh, wow.
My girlfriend Sylvia actually made that ladder, that bling ladder itself.
What? Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
We love the Bling Ladder.
She
So.
was put up to the task on that to actually put the bling ladder and the bling table together. So yeah.
That is great.
As a matter of fact, I just saw that at Big Vision Entertainment 2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's still around. They didn't toss it.
That's great. That's really cool. We love the Bling Ladder. And we wish you can go to Home Depot and buy the Bling Ladder, but let's hope maybe one of these days we can. So WSX, you're in WSX. You're rolling. Wow. You're in the great tag team with Aaron Aguilera. What was Aaron like? Is he good, or was he a good tag partner?